Business Development Executive for Canvas Intelligence. And this is the third webinar that we're doing today on modernizing your data estate using Microsoft Azure. Now, we've been in the data space for the last 13 years, and what we've noticed are definitely three core patterns emerging. We all know that data is growing at an incredible rate, cloud strategies are taking off, and companies are investing in AI to essentially go from a hindsight to a foresight-driven business. Now, because of this growth trend, companies are adopting cloud strategies earlier. Cloud storage is also getting cheaper, enabling data collection early for use later. This data can then be utilized to create intelligent experiences. An example of this is in our own organization, where we record and transcribe all internal and external meetings. This data gets stored then for later use. The data that you need to collect and store as a business is growing at a tremendous pace. AI investments are enabling intelligent experiences and optimizing resources. So in 2016, Microsoft and Keystone completed a survey on companies adopting AI and machine learning models. Well, they were looking to find some common trends, and their findings showed two key trends. They were able to nearly double operating margin and increase their operating income in excess of $100 million. Now, I'd like to just share a personal experience that I had recently. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the brand Nike. I placed an order recently with Nike, ordering a custom pair of Nike Air Force One sneakers via their mobile app. The experience was mind-blowing. Not only was I kept up to date on the progress of my custom sneakers, I received them within 6 weeks after placing the order. Now, what this means is that I had the same customer experience as everybody around the globe. This is true customer experience management and omni-channel. I'm going to just quickly share a video of placing an order on the Nike website. Now, I did not have an account registered with Nike, and within 6 clicks, I was able to add my sneakers to the shopping cart. Payment was done, and the order was completed. This was absolutely amazing. Clicked on checkout. Next screen will then load the final interface where you basically put in your details and the order is done. All of that completed within 6 clicks. So 5 to 10 years ago, data sources were mainly relational, structured data. Definitely not anymore. Clients are now importing data from a magnitude of structured and unstructured data sources. So let's have a look at some of the data sources companies are bringing into their data estates today. First of all, you've got e-commerce data, which enables frictionless engagement for all products and services. Customer support and feedback gives direct connection with company and your customer. Your CRM platform that accepts data from a multitude of different sources. The ability to accept unstructured video, image, and video feeds that could be customer support or supply chain monitoring related. Social media data ingestion with sentiment analysis on your brand and the competitors. Internet of Things, or IoT, refers to the billions of physical devices around the world that are now connected to the internet, all collecting and sharing data, thanks to the arrival of super cheap computer chips. Something that's not on this list is the internal business applications, like ERP data for automated finance, sales, procurement, and inventory insights and analytics. There's also a misconception in the market today that it's only B2C companies that should be investing in omni-channel. and not B2B. This is, of course, not true. Pressure is definitely mounting for the B2B companies as well. Now let's look at a platform that enables such a data-driven organization. Azure Synapse Analytics is an integrated platform service from Microsoft that combines the capabilities of data warehousing, data integrations, ETL pipelines, analytics tools and services, and visualizations and dashboards. So the most common business use cases for Azure Synapse Analytics are, first of all, data warehousing, which gives you the ability to integrate with various data platforms and services. Descriptive and diagnostic analytics, where you use TSQL queries against the Synapse database to perform data exploration and discovery. There's also real-time analytics, where Azure Synapse Link enables integration with disparate operational data sources to implement real-time analytics solutions. There's also the ability to do advanced analytics, where you use Azure Databricks to support decision-making. And then, of course, reporting and visualization, where there's integration with Power BI to empower and enhance business decision-making. From a platform perspective, you get full management of your data estate in terms of governance and control. There's industry-leading security with fully integrated and compatible with Microsoft ecosystem. There's platform monitoring, which gives you the ability to monitor the whole platform, including BI on the BI. Then Azure Synapse Analytics Metastore allows the different workspace computational engines to share databases and tables between its Apache Spark pools and serverless SQL pool. So why Synapse, you may ask? One example that I can mention is Synapse makes it very easy in terms of onboarding and offboarding people contracted to do specialized work in your data estate. All work that is performed stays in your environment in workbooks. It gives you all the tools needed to use data for exploration, mining, analytics, machine learning, and AI, which is natively part of the platform. There's seamless user access and security, as already mentioned. And in our experience, the moment your data storage goes into the petabytes, you'll see massive cost savings. So just some more detailed capabilities of the platform, which I'd like to highlight just 4 of them. There's the code-free hybrid and data integration, which is basically built-in ETL processes in a code-free visual environment to easily ingest data from more than 95 native connectors. The log and telemetry analytics, which uses industry-leading text indexing technology to gain insights from time series, log and telemetry data with Azure Synapse Data Explorer. It gives you a choice of languages, so you don't only have to use TSQL, you can also use .NET, Python, Scala, any of those. And then obviously the integrated AI and BI, which is a complete end-to-end analytics solution with deep integration of Azure machine learning, cognitive services, and Power BI. So when would be a good time to modernize? Most businesses experience one or more of these triggers, which would be a good time to look at modernizing your data estate. Let's look at a few examples. So integrating an acquisition. You recently acquired another business and you're looking to merge this new entity's data platform with your current data landscape. You need to do a hardware or software refresh on your servers. You're looking at innovating your legacy in-house built platforms. All of these would be ideal times to investigate a data estate modernization project. So every industry is undergoing a fundamental transformation. In the future, all companies will be digital companies, not only building products, but services to capture new business opportunities and engage with customers differently to meet their evolving expectations. To disrupt and innovate, organizations must take on a strategy that connects their customers, employees, products, and operations as effectively as possible, streamlining their businesses so that customers have ideal experiences, employees are empowered to do their best, operations can ensure effectiveness and efficiency across the business, and that the best products and services are being developed and delivered. Organizations have focused on these 4 core areas for a long time. Digital transformation is happening across these 4 areas. If you ask people what is digital transformation, you'll get a lot of different answers. So Microsoft created this framework called the digital feedback loop to highlight how digital transformation is enabled. And at the center of it is data. Data is coming out of everything. Every single product at this point is being wired up with telemetry and the ability to collect data. For example, my fridge at my house knows exactly when I'm changing its temperature. Every motor that's manufactured at this point is emitting telemetry. Every time I browse the web, there's telemetry being created. And so this torrent of information allows us to better understand our customers, our operations. The use of our products and services is fuel for this transformation, which then allows us to go mine for intelligence, predict what customers may need, understand when a piece of equipment is on its way to a challenging spot or to a failure before it gets there. Taking all this information, these predictions, and then feeding that back into your business processes, this is where the change is occurring. This is the digital feedback loop. The digital feedback loop concept across your core business process is ultimately what enables transformation. It allows you to change your business, to change your processes, and ultimately transform your industry. So let's jump into a quick example of some work that we recently did. Over here, I have an example of a driver behavior dashboard that was built for one of our logistics clients. The client wanted to measure the driver behavior on a strategic, operational, and tactical level. What we are measuring on this dashboard are driver events month to date versus the previous month to date per 1 million kilometers driven. And as you can clearly see, there's a massive spike in the overspeeding area, this red block over here. So that would definitely need to be investigated at a lower level. This driver behavior dashboard then has the ability to drill down into transactional level, and it also has a geo-enabled map. So you are able to see exactly where these events occurred. It can also be used as an exception reporting and exception management platform. You can clearly see which drivers fall within the norm and which are falling outside of the norm. This is happening here on this scatter graph. Here we used IoT telemetry data and AI to assist with analyzing turnaround times for truck drivers making deliveries. The 2 scatters show delivery times per driver and per client. So there's the per driver scatter graph, and there's the per client. The bottom scatter shows an improvement for certain client locations, but the top right quadrant shows that there are still lots of locations that can improve. Again, this shows what falls outside the norm and needs to be given attention. So how do we start with automated reporting? Better decision making by means of automated reporting shared across the organization. This is essentially what organizations need today. How do we start? The first step is to gather the user requirements, and by means of prototyping, you can then easily pin down these requirements for the business. At Canvas, we normally kick off a project with what we call a Sprint Zero. We follow an agile BI methodology, so a Sprint Zero prototype makes perfect sense. A Sprint Zero has 3 main deliverables: delivering a prototype on your data, workshops with business to gather requirements and size the rest of the project, and then lastly, we supply you with a draft architecture, taking into account your current landscape and data roadmap. The prototype and all the learnings gathered during Sprint Zero forms the start of the follow-on sprints. It's important to note that modernizing your data estate and prototyping should be run in parallel. And lately, we've been involved in assisting clients with developing a data strategy to progress them along the data maturity curve. In closing, data has become a truly strategic asset, especially in the wake of the recent global pandemic. As we navigate these unprecedented times, businesses that can harness the power of data are better equipped to navigate uncertainty and take action to emerge stronger. However, many businesses today struggle to unlock the full value data has to offer, as fragmented data estates hinder digital transformation and the ability to deliver exceptional customer experiences. A successful customer experience strategy is founded upon an effective data and analytics strategy to unlock insights and opportunity, to be able to drive the key business outcomes like revenue and customer satisfaction in an agile manner. Businesses need to ensure that the underlying digital infrastructure enables actionable insights by bringing together disparate data sources and enriching data estates with analytics, all while ensuring effective data security, monitoring, and compliance. These insights can then be activated across the organization to enable business stakeholders to accelerate decision-making and optimize resources. At Canvas Intelligence, we specialize in enterprise control towers that deliver these intelligent experiences. Just a quick note on what's to come. We are planning, this is obviously the first in a series of webinars where we are planning to do industry-specific webinars where we will be looking at finance, sales, and inventory, and also delving in deeper into more advanced predictive and prescriptive analytics. I'll now be taking some questions. On the right-hand side, there is a chat section where you are welcome to type in your questions, and I will be fielding them now. I see that Marla had a question there, which tools is used for the visuals? So Marla, all of these tools which we use for the visuals is the Power BI stack. At Canvas Intelligence, we mainly work in the Microsoft BI stack. So it can be any data source, but we use Microsoft Power BI for the visualizations. You're welcome to type your questions. I'll be running the webinar for a further couple of minutes.